Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome for the Mexican Grand Prix qualifying broadcast. I'm Kenny Charter. I'm accompanied by Kevin Korstein as usual. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, indeed. We are back for this second week of this triple header. We have headed to Mexico.
It is race time in Mexico indeed. Well, not quite race yet. We have a qualifying session that will be undergoing the next few minutes. So a quick recap as the Q1 is about to start. A quick recap of what happened just last week in Austin. We had a very eventful race with wonderful comebacks. A race win for the Chinese driver Zhao Lei, his second of the season, ahead of Cordo Kevu, who started from P13, finished second. Eetu Väisänen completed the podium narrowly ahead of Michael Zwart, who finished fourth. Väisänen also got driver of the day after his amazing comeback on a completely different strategy than anyone else. Other notable results: Maradona finished fifth for Alpine, which is his best result of the season. Riley Swenson finished sixth, and other championship contenders: Jack Tuff, Laim de la Cruz failed to score points with respectively a 18 and P12. So, as far as the season standings go, Kevu has a 36 point gap now between himself and his nearest pursuer, Jack Tuff. Michael Zwart is down to 61 points behind, 62 behind for De La Cruz, 64 for Väisänen, both Ferrari drivers who are separated by only mere 2 points. And at the constructors, Racing Bulls scored 4 more points than Ferrari to grow that lead to 92. And Ferrari actually took the second position from Williams, who are third with 100 points behind the leaders, Racing Bulls. The best scoring team of the weekend being McLaren with 35 points, including the sprint, and they are now fourth in the Constructors' World Championship, ahead of Red Bull and Mercedes in sixth position. So that's for the standings and summary from last week. There's a lot more that actually happened, but so much that I would better advise you to rewatch the race from last Sunday. There was way too much action to be summarized in just a few minutes. So we have the first few flying laps ongoing right now.
Yeah, Robin Geisler with the 1:12.895. Bayer needs definitely to go again. He lost some time somewhere. 2.1 seconds off pace. And Philip Verhaeren now comes over the line. Takes first 1:12.8. Eren Eisen with Mercedes now. He's now a Mercedes
And
driver.
Speaking about performance, we've seen Sauber improving steadily over the last few Grand Prix, and they were both in Q3 in Austin, both in the points, and they were also both looking good in free practice here. So they're definitely improving, and there might be a rising team coming into 2026.
Riley Svensson starting his lap now. A big long straight for the first braking zone. They go on pole with Riley Svensson. 27.0, the fastest sector 1.
Something that we also haven't mentioned yet. Fresh news from not even 2 days ago. There's been an agreement between Williams Racing and Mercedes AMG team to swap driver contracts of Michael Zwart and Aaron Eigen, which means that Eigen will drive Zwart's Mercedes for the remainder of the season, and Michael Zwart will drive the Turks Williams for the remainder of the season. The reasons and the arguments behind that agreement weren't disclosed, but that is fresh news from 2 days ago. Shocking news for the paddock, actually. Looking forward to see how both drivers will adapt to the new car. It's very surprising to see that, because more often than not, drivers like to stick with the same team for the remainder of the season. Well, for the entire season, because they get more and more confident with their car. Switching in the middle of the season is a challenge for not only the drivers but also the teams. So, very intriguing decision, but looking forward to see how they will both make that work.
Vandestein on the final 2 corners. Let's see his lap time.
Now on this immense straight.
Def.
This track here near Mexico City, that is in altitude.
And there is Michael Zwart.
Michael Zwart with the Williams. We will have to get used to that. The one who's been leading Mercedes for now a couple years.
Can instantly can match the Williams.
And Michael Zwart does not give away his qualifying skill switching to a new car. He just had 2 free practice sessions to get used to the car, and he's immediately on pace on Saturday. It's been a tiny bit more difficult for Eigen, who is currently 12th. Both Williams leading the pack at the moment. Williams, who have definitely had a dip in performance since, I would say they're less dominant since Spain, actually. That's a long time ago. But they still remained in the, I would say, in the top 3, top 4 best teams. But the Racing Bulls have just become better and better as the time passed, with some dominant weekends. And the car's potential has been shown last week by Kevu's comeback drive once again. Well, it's not only the car, it's definitely also the racecraft from the Estonian that has again clutched a podium from absolutely nowhere on the grid.
De La Grasse being on his lap Philippe Verhaeren on his second lap already. Pretty good helicopter shots here. He's gonna get a little bit of traffic here. And no, we actually got past, so I waited this.
I believe that Cruz lost a tiny bit of time here. So last week was one of the rare occurrences where Dela Cruz finished the race not on the podium and not DNF.
Let's see how much he lost. Philippe Verhaeren
Only the
is at
fifth time this season.
28.5, not much. Do that. 8 and improving. 27.1. Let's see Rene against final 2 corners. He is losing massive amount of time. And only 14th. Alfonso is finishing his lap now. Maradona after him. Oh, Sardinha, who is on his second lap already. Maradona will be the third one to cross the line. Alfonso behind Sardinha. Let's see now what Sardinha can do. And Sardinha up to P2. That means track is ramping up. Maradona.
Slow sector 1, and the time that he lost in sector 1 was detrimental to his entire lap time. Jason Roy with a purple. Jason Roy who had a nightmare weekend in Austin.
The man on a mission, Jason Roy.
Needs to be on some kind of mission, because now the gap in the Drivers' Championship, well, it has gone probably too big. 70 points now for him to be called a contender anymore, I would say. He's only 7th now in the rankings. Sorry, 6th. And that's gonna be a long way for him to come back. Maybe he can contend for a top 3 in the Drivers' Championship. That's very possible, but it's getting more and more complicated for him to keep hopes of overtaking his teammate, who's been so brilliant in Sunday races.
Can we call
Josh
him
Nathaniel
Mr.
with
Sunday?
We can call him Mr. 2025, as he's leading the Drivers' Championship. Josh Nathaniel with a very decent lap, only a couple tenths behind Michael Zwart, who is still leading the pack.
But it's early days, of course. This is only qualifying 1. We have 2 qualifyings. So Philippe Verhaeren is going for a 3rd lap now.
I don't know if he needed that lap, to be honest. If I were Red Bull, I would have kept him in the box and give him some rest, because at 4th position right now, I highly doubt that in 4 minutes 12 drivers, 13 drivers, at least 12 drivers gonna kick him out. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure that he's safe for now. Red Bull are going to dominate Sector 1 more likely, thanks to their very good top speed. They're gonna be among the best cars, if not the best cars in Sector 1. That is purely decided on top speed and slipstream. Slipstream is going to be an important factor in this qualifying session as well.
Philippe Ferrara with the first purple sector. Second is green, and now third is purple. Purple, green, purple. And it's 1:12.317.
Excellent lap from Verhaeren, and well, he's had sparks of brilliance, and he has also made some mistakes, but that's normal for a rookie. For sure, there's one thing that we cannot deny, is that he's got so much potential.
Can manage to get out of Q1 knockout zone. We are about to find out.
The other Belgian
And-
driver.
Okay, that's P9. Should be enough.
Should be decent enough. Lucas Wright is on an
Definitely.
excellent lap. I believe he's gonna be
Yes,
quite
definitely.
far up the rankings. Second currently, both Red Bulls on top. Looking sharp right now.
Eren Eigen is starting this lap now.
Now Mercedes driver is in the red zone at the moment. And Eigen is not known to be a strong qualifier. His strength come on Sunday. I don't know how it's gonna pair with the Mercedes. That of course we don't really know its exact one lap potential, because we've been biased the whole season by Michael Swartz's brilliance in this sector.
27.0
Early-
for the first sector. Not that bad.
Earlier in the season, when Ureta was driving the second car, that Mercedes was struggling on Saturday, and since Van der Steen joined, it's a little bit better on Saturday at least, but not quite to the level we're expecting them. Let's see if Eigen can do better. Of course, it's his first weekend in this car, and probably it feels different than what he's used to.
But we will see with this lap. Is it enough? No, Eigen is out of. No, he's in the.
Right
So
over the
close.
cut line, 5 milliseconds ahead of Keisner. Sector 2 was really bad, but the Mercedes car
De La
struggles
Crosse
in
just
slow
hit
sectors.
with traffic. De La Crosse got hit with traffic. That means his lap
And
is
I'm
ruined.
afraid
And
Lamb
it
to the
is.
Cruz.
De
He
La Crosse.
needs a mighty Sector 3, otherwise he's gonna be kicked out.
Let's see now. Coming across the final. Go over the line now. No improvement. Robin Geisler is
And
on
Lamb
the
to the
mega lap.
Cruz is indeed kicked out. Robin Keisner has had some slipstream on the first sector, pretty good second
Track left.
sector. He is on his way to also qualify and join his teammate. Both Saubers are gonna be in Q2.
Definitely a strong. Definitely some upgrades have worked on Sauber's way on the last.
And
few
now
weekends.
it's Casino on the cut line, but he is on a pretty good sector 1. Maradona is on a good sector 1. Nick Bayer, 26.7 sector 1. That's the second best we've seen. Zhao Lei again shows that on one lap he's so strong and he's so confident lately. Takes the best time so far.
Casino now. Let's see Casino's lap. Quarterke was definitely safe. He's on the lap, but we don't need to see him. Afonso now gets to P5. Bayer over the line. Only 18th out of qualifying. Maradona. Is it enough? No, it's not. So we have our first knockouts. Eren Eigen, Liam De La Crosse, Michi Maradona, Nick Bayer, and Sam Fact will be knocked out in Q1. So now Egan is starting 16th. This is gonna be an interesting race for Egan, definitely. His first time.
16th tomorrow, bearing eventual penalties, of course. Lam de la Cruz starts from far back and pretty much says goodbye to title bids. Well, we've seen comebacks last weekend, so I shouldn't say that. But A2 Weisselen's been struggling as well. Both Ferraris struggling on a track that demands top speed is not surprising to see. And so is for Alpine as well, that lack raw speed on this kind of tracks.
So again, our knockouts this time is Eren Egan, Liam Delagras, Michi Maradoner, Nick Bayer and Sam Fact will be starting last in tomorrow's race. And we are back for this qualifying 2, 15 minutes, 15 cars, 9 get through into qualifying 3.
-15 minutes, 15 cars. No Alpines anymore, and no Eren Eigen as well. Two main information for from this Q1. Mexico, that is one of the venues that have the largest audience of the season. So many people are present here.
Mexico is up on the mountains as we know, and it has a thicker air, so it will definitely affect cars and their cooling. At least not in the quali. Ooh, Springfield making a little mistake before starting his lap.
Sarah Springfield, fortunately, not in the wall, but well, her tires gonna be are gonna be in a pretty bad condition now.
Yeah, let's see what his lap time is gonna be, but we already know that it's not that good. And he's in instantly. Michael Swart going to a lap now.
Michael Swart, the Saturday King. Can he keep his status, or at least I would even say reclaim his status, because now it's mostly gone to Zhao Lei. So Zhao Lei wants to reclaim. Sorry, Michael Swart wants to reclaim his Saturday King crown from the Chinese driver. And in a new car, well, he's shown good performance in Q1. We might hear from him later in press conference. I believe he's feeling quite good in this Williams.
He's gonna get a little held up here. He's doesn't seem to be, but a little dirty air for tape measures. And over the line, 112.754.
It's a pretty decent time, I would say. Not the best. Not the best we've seen, but we've seen times in 12.3, if I'm not wrong, in Q1. Well, he will need to improve to that Q3, that's sure.
Quadrigevo's front wing view of his weak arm. 26.9, instantly taking over. Can you believe that Quadrigevo haven't been on the ball? And we had a
It is hard to believe, indeed.
Afonso Cascina until this is third or lock up into the grass.
Beautiful lock up.
Let's see Zhao Lei with the 26.8 now.
Purple sector 2 for the Estonian. Pretty good sector 1. Zhao Lei has a better sector 1 for now. And Kevu's time is a tiny bit behind Michael Zwart. Now the camera on Zhao Lei.
Zhao Lei's second purple. Let's see now. Zhao Lei crossing the line. It's the best lap that we have seen, 112.399.
Just a mere 25 milliseconds behind. Oh, 3/10 ahead of the best time. Sorry. And that's a strong lap, and already we can already call it. Good chance that we see Zhao Lei in Q3.
Yeah, definitely we know how good he is. Last time out he won, of course, with a pretty big gap.
There's quite a bit of white on this McLaren livery. What do you think? It's more white than I expected.
Lucas right. Afonso messed up his lap somewhere. Let's see Lucas right now. P4 only. 114.0, so that's definitely a lap that he needs to go on again.
Definitely encounter traffic on the way.
No, he locked up. That is his lockup. Sardinha. B4 into 113.5. Robin Geisner crossing over the line behind his teammates. Lucas right behind Robin Geisner. Riley Svensson splitting the Saubers. Väisänen now on the lap. Roy with the 26.8. The best first sector we have seen today. Roy has a pretty good base here.
Double purple lap for Jason Roy. He wants to show up why he is maybe still a world championship contender this weekend.
112.285. The fastest we have seen. Nathaniel.
This is the fastest time we've seen indeed.
Springfield. Springfield 6th. Afonso now next to cross the line. No, it's actually Def crossing the line next.
Checked with not so good of a sector 1.
Oh, but matches his teammate that is ahead. Afonso on that
He's
good lap now.
4/10 behind, just in front of Michael Swart. I don't know if at this point both Williams are safe. I don't think so. I think they will need to improve a tiny bit.
Vandersteen only 7th. William Verhaeren.
Now Verhaven coming into the last corner. Lap time is a little bit insufficient in my opinion, right behind both Williams.
112.821. So we now wait for people to go out again. It's crazy to know that Quartergable haven't been on pole this year, but he has won races. Let's see, Quartergable starting his lap now. Live on camera how fast the racing will feel.
Top speed is a little bit higher on this track than we usually see because of the altitude, but engine cooling is also more difficult.
Look at how fast he lays through the gears.
These cars have reached an amazing performance level, haven't they?
Yeah, to go through the final corners. Pretty good camera view. They crossing the line now, what's it gonna be? And he's safe. P3. Definitely safe.
P3 for now. Jason Roy still with the best time. Zhaole right behind Kevu.
Yeah, he's not even out.
150 milliseconds behind, and we are waiting for pretty much all the cars to go out on a second hot lap. Sarah Springfield's going out. Robin Keisner, Lucas Wright, who failed to set a time earlier, is going out. Zhao Lei is not improving on this attempt. But I believe he's safe for Q3.
Yeah, he doesn't need to improve. He tried at least. Nathaniel, his teammate, is improving.
It's practice for Q3 as well, we can argue.
Yeah. What's the special livery again? They're running a lot of special liveries this year. For the second sector for Nathaniel.
The LC improves this time, but is it enough for Q3? It's a 112.738. I don't. I believe the cut line would be a 112.6, at least.
Sarginha
Well,
over the line.
no, 112.7 could actually be enough.
And
It depends on the
instantly,
traffic. The other guys got.
112.440 for Sarginha. He's safe.
That's safe.
Lucas
Yeah,
Wright
that is safe.
not improving at all. What is happening with the Red Bull driver? And no improvement. He's out of qualifying.
Lucas Wright's strategy not working. Finding a lot of traffic in both his hot laps, and he's gonna be starting from P15.
Robin Geisner out of
Geisner
qualifying.
fails to qualify for to Q3, and surely not because of raw performance. Sector 1 was at fault. Sarah Springfield is not only on a good lap, but is free of any traffic ahead of her. Michael Zwart with the purple S1.
Ward with the 26.7, the fastest. Van der Steen can match that with the 26.7.
We might actually want to switch the camera to them if the
Springfield. Let's see, can Springfield knock out Van der Steen? No, he can't.
Springfield's time does
Springfield
not
is
improve enough. She's gonna be starting P11 at best.
Svensson is
Michael
out.
Zwart fails to improve Sector 2. So does Philip Verhaeren. And I believe he is not going to improve his time at all. But nobody pretty much improves on, in Sector 2. Is the grip actually getting a bit less? Or is the track heating up too much? I don't really know. Was about at 40 degrees when we started.
Crossing
We're
the line.
now
Is it
45.
enough? No, Afonso not improving, so we have our knockouts. That's it for qualifying.
Heito Väisänen. Well, Ferraris are going to be starting from far back again. Can Väisänen pull off a miracle like he did in Austin once more? Both Haas are going to be out as well, barely out. They're going to be starting for P10 and P11. And Jason Roy with the best time. But we're going to first have a look at the drivers that were eliminated. Robin Geisner for Sauber, Luke Stride for Red Bull. Both Haas of Cassini and Swanson are out. Sarah Springfield, the other Aston Martin, is out. Sam Fact was already eliminated in Q1. And the barely in Wesley van der Steen, only for 4 milliseconds, is safe and advances to Q3. Michael Zwart advances to Q3 as well in his new Williams seat. We're going to see a very interesting battle in Q3 here.
The final 12 minutes, 9 drivers remain, and only one can take the pole. Let's see who it is.
9 competitors remain.
Jack Depp will be the first to go out. Is he gonna get followed
Does
by
not
someone?
want to see any of the traffic disturbance. Wants to have a clean first lap and maybe take risks with the traffic in his second. It's a clever choice, I believe. And from what we've seen historically, I believe that Kevu is going to do the same, and he's actually doing exactly the same. Pretty safe first lap. I bet Michael Zwart is going to play a little bit more all-in, as he needs to take risks somehow in order to give himself the best chances to gain points over Kevu and Duff for the championship.
Now the order right now is Jack Depp will be the first to start the lap. Then it's Quarter Kevu and Michael Zwart. Let's see what happens. 3 championship contenders. Who will come out on top? Is it gonna be Quarterkevo's first pole position? Is it gonna be Jack Deff's pole position, or is it gonna be Michael Swartz's pole position? Time will tell. Jason Roy is getting ready for a lap. Let's go. Jack Deff will be the first to start this lap. Jason Roy getting out of the way of Jack Deff.
.27.0 is not a great first sector. We've seen almost half second faster. It all depends on the exit of the last corner, actually.
Yeah, Quarterkevo starting this lap now, so it's interesting to see now. Michael Swartz has started this lap. Quarterkevo matches. Jack Deff 28.5 second sector. Let's see Jack Deff's lap time now. As he crosses over the line, it's in 112.957.
That is not a good lap, Kevin. I'm afraid Jack Deff will have to improve on his second attempt.
28.7 for Kevo.
Not significantly
Even
better
Michael
for
Swartz can
Quarterkevo
go
either.
better. Even Michael
Oh, and
Swartz
he's
can
got a
go
little
better.
bit of I don't know what that was, but lack of traction at the exit of that penultimate corner. And this time is going to be even worse. Kevo will have to try again. And the one guy who is
113.5.
actually setting a good lap at the moment is Michael Zwart, who is surprised. Who is even surprised? And on the line, oh, actually not better than his teammate. It's not a sub 113 yet. Watch
Roy
out,
is
both
actually going
McLarens are
faster.
out now for their outlap. And Zhao Lei, I believe, will be the first to come in front of the pit lane for his flame lap.
Roy is actually going even faster now.
That's a promising lap for Jason Roy.
28.5.
He's a
It's
tiny
between Williams
bit
and
ahead
Racing
of Jack
Bulls.
Duff.
Down to the final corner, and the pole lap.
Purple last sector, that's a
12.6.
12.6, the first good time of the session.
Are we gonna get the faster laps? I don't think so anymore, but it will be possible. Van der Steen.
Van der Steen with not sub 27 sector 1. Not a great time. Sector 2 not great either. He's gonna be quite far back.
Let's see Van der Steen. Not a single purple sector, but pretty fast. Let's see the Van der Steen fourth. Now both McLarens are on a lap.
Now watch out for this guy. We're going to follow his lap from the onboard camera. Zhao Lei was the poleman and the victor. Well, not the poleman, he was P2 in quali and the winner in Austin. Actually started P5 a little bit because of the penalty, but he set the second fastest time, only behind Duarte Sardinia. And so far, his lap's looking pretty good.
Sardine
Duarte Sardinia, speaking of himself, is looking pretty good as well with the purple sector 2, and the Kicksauber is just looking better and better over the course of this
He's
season.
gonna put it on pole again.
Sardinia,
And it is!
and he set another pole, and it's another purple sector, and a 12.514. It is not as fast as the best times we've seen in Q2, but he takes the provisional lead.
So that means Saubers are in the mix.
Unfortunately, Geisner could not reach Q3. That would have been very interesting for them.
Nathaniel.
Jaolei, a 10th
fifth.
behind. Nathaniel, a 10th behind Jaolei. McLaren's maybe less dominating this week.
What a lap by Sardinia.
Can Michael Swart improve? Jack Tuff. Quarter Kevu can surely improve since Jason Roy set a 12.6. And of course, we should not forget the outsiders of this session. Verhagen and Van Steen, both Belgians. Maybe have their word. The second flying lap.
Jason Roy did the first to start the second lap. Very interesting choice by Racing Bulls.
Do we realize a second that Sardinia might be setting a third pole position with the Sauber? There's a chance he does that. Jason Roy on an out lap. Didn't he come out too early? I believe he's gonna have some traffic on in the way.
Maybe Roy is safe, but definitely Swart.
Michael Swart chooses isolation this time instead of trying to get some slipstream, as it didn't go too well in Q2. Good adaptation from the Dutchman.
So
And I believe he's in prime position right now.
Yeah, Roy is first, then it's Michael Swart, Jack Def is following him, then it's Van der Steen next.
Jack Teff is also in a great position.
Yeah, definitely.
And now I believe it's a little bit too late to come out of the pit lane. Well, late. I mean that it's probably better to
And
wait
everyone
even
is
longer.
starting, everyone is starting to come out of the pit lane.
Everyone does at the moment.
So definitely Roy gets the best shot on pole now. And there they are, piling out of the garage. 3 cars.
And Jason Roy is out of trouble.
Definitely.
So he has a good chance now.
So Jason Roy, let's see. What can he do? Not improving in sector 1, 27.1. Michael Swart has started his lap.
Indeed.
Is Michael Swart improving? Michael Swart is improving, but not the fastest.
26.9, but it is not quite there that the laps can be...
And
Let's
definitely he
say-
will get traffic.
It's not there that the lap can be done. It's really in sector 2 that it can be
28.3.
undone.
So he will get traffic because he has reached the 3 cars.
Indeed. He might be lucky enough that he catches them as they launch
No, he's gonna get
themselves
traffic.
into... I think he's sweeping around the cars pretty nicely thus far.
Yeah, no, actually he's fine. Definitely got some
Gonna have a
more
tiny bit of slipstream in the straight as well. Does
And
that
up to
help
P3.
him? And it is a... Yeah, it could have been a better sector 3, but he's gonna be P3 for now. Jack Tuff might actually be the luckier of them all. He's gonna have probably a cleaner sector 3 than Michael Swart. Can he improve his time? There's a good chance that he improve his own time.
Philippe Verhaeren with the 26.8. Jack Depp
And Jack
ahead
Depp
of his teammates.
3 milliseconds ahead of his teammate.
Quarterkevu has started this lap. Nathaniel is following Quarterkevu.
And that's a great reference for Michael Zwart to match Jack Depp in qualifying
Van der Steen,
on his first
only
race.
7th.
Van der Steen does not improve his third sector, and he will improve
Look out for Philippe
single
Verhaeren.
position.
Look out for Philippe Verhaeren. 2 purple
Philippe
sectors.
Verhaeren with a double purple. Can he set the pole here
Nathaniel
in Mexico?
Getting
Josh
Quarterkevu.
Nathaniel with a 26.6.
Getting Quarterkevu's slipstream.
And Kevu has a pretty nice pace. And Verhaeren with a 12.161. This is a nuclear lap time. Sardinia is also improving. Kevu is also improving. Nathaniel is still
93
yet to-
milliseconds.
93 milliseconds for Sardinia, who might actually be securing first row, but who knows if Nathaniel can improve even further. He's behind Kevu, but he's lost time in his second sector. Can Kevu actually improve sector 3? He needs a purple there to take the pole. Exit of the last corner is pretty good. And Kevu is P3, Nathaniel right behind P4. And so the final grid for tomorrow will be Verhaeren first. Sardinia, after a pole in Austin, will start from P2, still on the first row. Kevu P3 alongside Nathaniel. Jason Roy, his teammate, right behind. Both Williams will be starting 6th and 7th. Pretty interesting. Of course, the one championship contender that is missing from the party is, of course, Lime de la Cruz. Actually, not the only one. As A2 Weisselen is also starting from quite far back.
That's the Rutis, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of qualifying 3 here in Mexico. Tomorrow will be the full race coverage over here.
And worth noting that some drivers actually set better times in Q1 than they did later on. Zhao Lei, for example, set 12.214. He could have been P2 had he done that in Q3. So he will probably be disappointed seeing his timesheets today. What is certain is that we're going to have a very interesting and strategic race tomorrow. Thank you everyone for tuning in for this qualifying session, and we will be back live tomorrow for the main race here in Mexico.